Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? Look, guys, I'm not a source of information. I'm really getting on here, picking y'all's brains, seeing what y'all think. We all have our opinions, but this is something that I really want to ask. Leave it in the comments. See what y'all think. I'm going to give you some information that I got, and then you can tell me what you think, because this has got me spinning a little bit. Okay. First off, guy that I work with, we've been rebuilding custom cars, hot rods, doing a lot of stuff, and actually it's a lot of fun. I love it. I've been doing it for a while anyway. Nothing new, but his sister, she's a nurse, and she had gotten all the vaccines for this COVID stuff, right? And she got all the booster shots, and she came down with COVID really hard, like really hard. So, and there's some rumors out there that people that get vaccinated are super spreaders of the virus. I'm not making this stuff up. And he said his wife, which is also a nurse, lost her job because she wouldn't get vaccinated because of her reasons that she feels to be pressured. It should be a person's choice, not a mandate. All right, that being said, traffic in Houston. Well, I'm actually in Kingwood, which is considered Houston, but where I'm at right now. But so we had to take a little bit, got sick, and she had to go get her tested and all that kind of good jazz. Is for the flu, which no one ever seems to hear about that anymore, and of course COVID and strep and things like that. Well, I was talking to the doctor. What does he about this vaccine and stuff? What does he think? He told me something very alarming, something that we all need to think about. And of course, like my son, he won't get the vaccine because he's worried about the younger people with the heart inflammation, and there was something else. He told me that, but anyways, I've talked about that before. But yeah, the doctor told me that his biggest concern is we don't know yet, and the vaccine. No, not necessarily. He didn't put it in plain English. He didn't put it in plain English, but he was basically saying it doesn't look like it's actually working, and be concerned for the long-term effects. That being said, COVID vaccine antibodies bully your natural antibodies. So if it works against COVID or not, then it might bully and affect your natural antibodies, which could result long-term you getting a cold and dying from just a common cold. All right, so, and I've talked about COVID before, the actual percentage of deaths that arise from it, and some people do literally really get very ill from it, as do they get real ill from the flu as well. But like I have a relative that works is actually an administrator in a hospital, and she had actually told me that hospitals do get paid to boot to write down COVID deaths or COVID, it's anything COVID. So you die in a car wreck, you have a heart attack or whatever, and you had COVID, you're still a COVID death. It's all about the money, man. What scares me is they're indoctrinating the kids. They're not going to have the freedoms that we had growing up. They're going to just, if they get anything remotely like what we had is our freedoms growing up, then they're going to feel so privileged they won't even know what to do with themselves. The new normal, all that kind of stuff, that is very scary. And taking that pulls your rights. The rights you feel, you're gonna indoctrinate these kids growing up thinking that they don't really have these rights, and that's not the country I was born in, and that's what they're slowly trying to do. So if they get to the young, then the older people start going and going and going, and then 30, 40 years from now, they got all these indoctrinated kids growing up to being adults, and they don't feel like they should have this or that. Start putting all these mandates and forcing people to do something that's perfectly fine with them. They're in line. They'll be sheep for it because they were grown up that way. It's all about teaching them young, remember? All right, y'all.